that much damage in order to stop it.
Rear naked choke here upcoming for Rodriguez. Van Arsdale's trying to hang tough. Oh, he taps. Nicely done. Dodik Rodriguez able to get the submission victory in round number 2. And I mean, it was clear he utilized his superior stand-up to sort of get that pressure going and ultimately got the fight to the floor. And in the second round, he passed the guard and ultimately took home the neck.
No, it was great adjustments. It feels like he went to his corner. They figured out how he needed to pass that knee in order to get to a position where he could finish. He got to that mount really nicely, landed the ground and pound on top, and made Van Arsdale turn over and expose his neck.
Absolutely, and again, the future stars of MMA shining bright here at Tuff-N-UFF at just 20 years old. Safe to say that Rodriguez has a bright future ahead of him in the sport of MMA.
Even more of a baby.
Tough night for Harold Van Arsdale, but the sun's still up here in San Diego, and it shines on the Mexican Dodik Rodriguez. Improves his record tonight as he takes home the submission victory here in round number 2. A sign of sportsmanship between these two gentlemen. And we're going to go ahead and make this one official. We go to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 51 seconds into round number 2, referee Vladimir Matushenko calls a stop to the fight for the winner by submission via rear naked choke, David Rodriguez.
Dodik Rodriguez picking up the 3rd win of his amateur run. Submission rear naked choke over Harold Van Arsdale. And these are short rounds, 2-minute rounds, Angie. He definitely got to work in round number 2. Let's take a look at it in our Tuff-N-UFF fight recap.
Yeah, it's funny you said that. It's like he almost didn't have enough time to finish it in that first round. Once he gets to the ground in an amateur fight, those 3 minutes go by really fast. I'm sure it went by a little slower for Harold Van Arsdale, but you could see the difference in experience. I was saying that they were both debuting, but as I'm looking at the record, is now his 4th fight here, and he was able to secure that win. And yeah, he was really showing a lot of promise when it comes to that.
You can do no wrong here. Shut up for 45 minutes.
Shut up halfway through the fight.
Time now for our night to continue here live in San Diego. Tuff-N-UFF 148, and our amateur card rolls on.
Yasmin Yashimski.
More director. Too low. From the director.
Yasmin Yashimski making the walk here. Hardest name to say on the card, I think. Yashimski.
Oh, is that how you say it?
It is, yeah.
Good job.
Absolutely.
I would have been really messing that up.
They can't all be named Angela Hill.
My mom knew what she was doing. She didn't want anyone to mess that name up.
Yashimski, as I mentioned, taking the cage for the 4th time in her amateur run. Angie, what do you think the right number is for an amateur before they go pro? Is it a hard number, or is it one that's case to case?
I think it depends on the comfortability of the fighter, their coaches, whoever they actually care about their opinion of like their fighting style and whether they're ready or not. Once you go pro, like there's no telling what type of fighter you're gonna get. You can get someone who has a ton of boxing fights, a Golden Gloves champion, someone who's a world champion in jiu-jitsu. So it really is best to be really well-rounded once you get in there. I didn't have any amateur MMA fights before I started, and I always say if I were to do it over, I would have gotten that experience, gotten my feet wet. But then again, you never know. Sometimes it's hard to get those fights, and it's like you might as well take that damage getting paid.
All right, time for her opponent to make the walk back to Justin.
Sam Utter.
Well, that pop will tell you everything you need to know. The crowd definitely in the corner of Sam Utter. This is her 2nd amateur fight. Came up on the winning side this past May, and she took home a decision. And, you know, that's the thing. You mentioned the different looks and whatnot at the amateur level. You obviously want to win, but I think, you know, looking at Utter, she's probably better off for having gone the full distance in her amateur fight, because that's what you really learn about I think at the amateur ranks, it's fight IQ that comes into play a lot.
Exactly. If you're out there getting a bunch of finishes, a bunch of quick submissions, then you don't really know what it's going to be like when it gets down and dirty, once your cardio gets pushed, and all those things. Sometimes it's nice to not know. Sometimes you want that ignorance because then you go in there and you give it all you got, but it's better to learn those lessons here, I feel like, instead of on the pro stage where the record really counts.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the worst thing to ever experience is adversity for the first time if you're doing something like the UFC's Octagon.
Oof, yeah, I've been there and it was tough. But you persevere and you get through it. I'm excited to see the ladies on the card, especially the second fight of the night. You know they always bring it. The first fight was scrappy too, so they have big shoes to fill. And I can't wait to see what the hometown girl is going to bring, because when you have that crowd out there shouting your name, clapping, it really brings that extra energy into the cage.
I mean, if a fight wasn't motivating enough, doing so in front of your hometown, definitely going to motivate you. Sam Utter gets that opportunity here tonight in our second fight of the evening. Take a look at the tail to tape for this featherweight contest, powered by Mental Health Center of San Diego. Yashimski, 2 years the elder, 26 to Utter's 24. Yashimski stands 1 inch taller, but it is Utter that will have a 4-inch reach advantage. For our official introductions of this featherweight fight, we go inside the cage to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tuff-N-UFF women's featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. She's a striker, holding an amateur record of 1 win, 2 losses. She stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 145.8 pounds. Fighting out of Pleasanton, California, Yashimski. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. She's a mixed martial artist, holding an amateur record of 1 win, 0 losses. She stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 148.2 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, Sam Sledgehammer Utter. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Jonathan Romero.
Jonathan Romero getting this assignment. Ladies inside the Tuff-N-UFF cage, it is Sam Utter taking on Yasmin Yashimski. Look at the overall evolution of mixed martial arts. 145 pounds always needs talent. It's exciting to see these ladies take the cage at 145 and, you know, add some depth to that talent.
Exactly. I always love to see the knockouts in the women's divisions too, and there's definitely more of a chance to see that at the bigger weight classes.
I feel like the women always seem to give out a little more pain than the guys sometimes.
They take it well too. That childbirth gene.
See the southpaw Utter here. They might be amateurs, but they're confident in some unorthodox strikes here. You see Utter kind of implementing that front kick a little bit.
Yeah, I'm liking the striking for both of these. And it might look unorthodox, but a lot of times you see that when you have the opposite stances against each other, especially in amateurs. And I like how Utter was able to work her way into this body lock position. Now she's splitting her legs with the knees. If she can drive her over that knee, she might be able to get her down to the ground.
Yashimski trying to pummel on the inside.
Yeah, Yashimski broke that body lock. She's pummeling to get the over-under position, but she needs to turn her hips in order to make it more of a neutral position. Right now, she's still on the back end. And Utter just needs to kind of push her over that leg. Now it seems like she's giving up on it a little bit. Space,
Get fast rounds here at the amateur ranks. Touch over 30 seconds remain.
Good hands by both ladies. A nice little jab is, say it again?
Yashimski.
Yashimski. I don't want to butcher anything. Ooh, yes, throwing leather though. I like those hooks. Ooh.
It's a right hand. These ladies are throwing down to end this first round.
Yeah, they heard that bell and they ran.
One round in the books. Live from San Diego, you're watching Tuff-N-UFF 148.
Hollywood Smile Dental. Comfortable care and dental services you can depend on. From reconstructive to cosmetic at competitive prices. $7.99 for 4 wisdom teeth. $17.99 for implant abutment and crown. Free exam and x-ray for new patients. Financing options are available. Led by Dr. Kim and his staff, they have been handling the dental care of the Las Vegas community for years. If you want to have a Hollywood smile, you need to come to Hollywood Smile Dental.
Perfect dental ad in a fight that we've got two ladies trying to knock each other's teeth out here in San Diego.
Yes, they might need to use that coupon after this fight.
Now, what do you think the adjustments can be made here in round number 2? We saw Utter control the space a little bit and have some cage control with the grappling. Does she need to go back to that, or does she need to sort of rest her laurels on her strike?
I definitely like Utter, both of them mixing it up. I think they're both standing a little tall. I think whoever lowers their stance a bit and changes level is going to be able to get ahead, not only on the grappling but the striking. See how their heads are kind of in the same position once they start throwing?
Right.
It's easier to get countered there. Ooh, nice knee from the front.
This is a great fight shaping up here. And again, at the amateur level, you want to have fights like this. You want to see what you're made of before you decide to start throwing. These ladies are definitely testing each other.
Utter can't make it. Big head
High
kick.
kick there by Utter. Now into the grappling game she goes.
If she was able to stun Yasmin, I would break away and try to hit here, but it's so hard once you get that reaction that you want to not just try to slam her on the ground and get the finish real quick.
To what happens here inside the clinch, approaching the halfway point of this round.
Yeah, Yasmin's definitely still here. She's fighting really well against the cage. Digging for that underhook, trying to get out the back. There we go. Hey, keep mixing it up. Keep his hands up when his head kicks.
You mentioned the style here. That can pose a lot of different looks for fighters that's maybe not used to running into stuff.
Yeah, you're always open for their heaviest shots, like the backhand, the back leg. You're always open for that. So that's kind of the
He just fighting down in the mouthpiece, coming forward with some aggression.
yeah, that's what you gotta do, right? And go after it. That's what she's doing right now.
What a way to end this round. These ladies are just swinging.
Didn't expect all that action
Jonathan Romero might need to duck and cover next time he tries to separate these ladies. Strong candidate for fight of the night. We're only, in the middle of the second bout.
I know, this is a really competitive fight. Both women are in there. That head kick, I think, set it apart for Sam Utter. I think she might be a little ahead there. But Yasmin is definitely in this fight. She's throwing really hard up top, and Utter has to watch out for those big hooks coming at her, because I think that's the thing that's giving her the most trouble against Yasmin.
2 rounds down here, and I mean, how do you score this one? That head kick was definitely a factor. Does that give the round and the edge in the fight, Todd?
I feel like the damage was pretty close aside from the head kick. I think that might have set Utter the tough part. But the first round was pretty close. I'm not sure who it went to. I think maybe the cage pressure might have put Utter ahead, but we'll see. Also, hometown too. Judges are always influenced by the crowd, so we'll see how this last round goes.
A lot on the line here in this third and final round. TJ DeSantis along with Angela Overkill Hill. These ladies getting after it here in the third. Ooh, you could tell the difference in kicks there delivered. A hard one by Utter.
Ooh. And I'm surprised we didn't hear a war cry right there before Yasmin went after her with the barrage of hooks.
Utter coming forward again with some power. 90 seconds left in this one. I wish we had a 5-round fight between these ladies.
I know, or 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
I think we definitely would have seen a finish here with 5 minutes on the clock. So this is a great one for both their experience.
And of course, both these ladies are amateurs, which is why we only get the 2-minute round. Knees to the body there on the inside by Yasmin.
Yeah, others slowing down a bit, and Yasmin seems to be picking up pace.
Yasmin comes high with the kick, glancing and trying to answer with the left hand, goes under.
Nice three-piece on the inside by Yasmin as well. She's really putting in work in this first half of the last round.
Yeah, undeterred as well after taking that head kick in the second. Under's still very dangerous with both the hands and the feet.
Sometimes when you're fighting, you just need to feel that worst case scenario before you can throw caution to the wind.
Under comes high with the head kick, not a lot on it, but now she has an opportunity to look at the backfield next to her.
Yeah, she has a perfect position for that leg trip. Using the right leg to trip Yasmin's left leg. She could probably get her down and finish the fight on top. 10 seconds left though. It's best to just hit, stay safe, try to secure that win. Oh, it takes it back.
What a fight. Sam Utter trying to do it in front of her home crowd. Yasmin came alive, got beaten up a little bit, but ultimately brought the fight to close it out. I mean, judges have their hands full with this one.
Yeah, this is a great fight. Both women were super tough. I love the war cry. I love the head kick. There was so much good about this fight, and I think the one thing they're both going to take away from this is the level changes make a difference. When
judges tallying their 10s and 9s, let's take a look at this fight recap and see if we can determine a winner. Sometimes you got to slow it down. This fight had a lot of action in it, and when you look at the damage, damage is definitely the biggest criteria here, and both ladies have their moments.
Yes, for sure. There's that head kick that stunned Yasmin for a second. Big punches from Utter on the inside. Nice little highlight of Yasmin throwing those punches on the inside as well. I think the main story was just both of them were in each other's faces, putting on a show. Absolutely,
and I think both women, they tested each other and both probably learned a little bit about themselves as well over the course of that fight.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, pull that cable.
Judges tallying their 10s and 9s. I mean, that's a fight, Angie, where, you know, one's going to get their hand raised, there's a winner and a loser, but I think everybody in the Observatory North Park, they're walking away winners having watched that one.
Yes, yes, especially the other fans who came to see her put on a show. They're going to be excited for their girl, win or lose. I think Utter has this one, but I'm not a judge, and I've been wrong many times, so we'll see who it goes to.
Justin Bernard has the answer in our decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Sam Sledgehammer Utter.
Sam Utter getting it done, pushing her amateur record to 2-0 and delivering the desired response here and results to the fans here in San Diego, and man, what a show she put on.
I love it, and I love that she was able to perform in front of her fans as well. It's an undescribable feeling to be able to do that and get that win.
Absolutely big win for Sam Utter. Live here from San Diego, you're watching Tuff-N-UFF 148.
Hey, if you're struggling with mental health or have any questions about mental health, please reach out to me personally. If you don't want to reach out to me, Mental Health of San Diego will take you in. It's helped me a ton, and I hope just using this platform to reach out, spread awareness, stop that stigma about mental health. It's not a big thing. If you're having trouble with it, reach out, please.
Welcome to Mental Health Center of San Diego, where every space is built with healing in mind. Whether you're just beginning or continuing your journey, we provide the right level of support with residential treatment, partial hospitalization programs, PHP, intensive outpatient IOP, and outpatient services. Healing happens here, and it begins with you.
Cameron Steven.
Our action continues here tonight in San Diego. Up next, a catchweight contest at 175 pounds. You see Cameron Steven making the walk, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And that's one thing I think that's important on the amateur level too. Andy, we saw the hometown advantage in our last fight, but it's good to get on the road and get away from home and go through that experience, because ultimately at the end of the day, not every fight's going to be in your backyard.
Exactly. Most fights, if you get to the level that you want to be at, aren't going to be in your backyard because you're from Vegas, ironically. But it's really cool to be able to go into enemy territory as well. I almost love that more than being the hometown girl, because then you have a chip on your shoulder. You want to silence the crowd. It's almost more fun to be the bad guy.
You like playing the heel.
Oh, yeah. Only in fights, not in real life.
Cameron Steven undefeated on his amateur campaign. We'll see what he can do tonight here in Tuff-N-UFF. And San Diego, a great place to come visit, but it's also a good fight city as well. We've got tremendous gyms here, and it's good that Tuff-N-UFF brings the cage south from Las Vegas and gets athletes opportunities to go on the road, but also the athletes that train here to fight in front of their hometown. We need more shows. Tuff-N-UFF, I think, just needs to come to California more.
I love it. I think we worked together on Cage Warriors not too long ago. And just having that big show out here, having any big show out here like Tuff-N-UFF, they've been around forever. And it seems like it's been a long time coming. I'm happy they're getting on the road and out here giving our boys a good fight.
Absolutely. All right, Cameron Steven ready to go to work here tonight inside the Tuff-N-UFF cage. Dustin Bernard now for our next athlete's walk.
Nate Ray.
Here comes Nate Ray. Trying to put on a show here in San Diego. He's in the zone. That's one thing too. We talk a lot about the fights at the amateur ranks. I heard Dean Thomas one time just talk about how just making the walk, the actual physical walk from the back to the cage, that's something that you need to get used to as well, because you can mimic the fighting inside the gym, but when you are on the road, fighting away from home or at home, that walk is a different experience. You can't really work through the walk in the gym.
The walk is the worst part. The walk is tense. Waiting for the walk is tense. It's one of those feelings that it doesn't make sense, the anxiety that you get just for that part, the easiest part, walking into the cage. But once you get in there, it's muscle memory. You just go through the motions, you do all the things that you've been drilling, you get in a fight, your adrenaline takes over. I think the anticipation for that moment is one of the scariest parts of fighting.
Your muscles have different memories than mine.
You know how to throw a punch.
No, not really. But I'm sure these two gentlemen do. Nate Ray, undefeated as well. That's another thing too, getting these quality fights at the amateur ranks. We got two guys that are both undefeated facing off, and that's one thing I think that we see a lot more in mixed martial arts compared to boxing. Dana White, I think, is trying to change that, but you don't often see a lot of guys in the boxing world step in there on the come up against a fellow undefeated guy. These guys are doing it as amateurs.
Yeah, and one thing that MMA is very different from boxing is they're very forgiving of not having that hope. If you're an amateur, you got beat once or twice, it just means that you've been tested. And the real record really matters once you become pro. So a lot of coaches want to get that loss out of the way so they don't have to worry about how you're going to bounce back from it once it really matters.
Yeah, I've heard that even at the pro ranks, when athletes run into a fight and that O goes by the wayside, they say it's almost a pressure relief, if you will.
Exactly. You can really let loose. You don't become too cautious, too anxious. You know what you have to do in order to get the win and not let it happen again.
All right, a catchweight contest here now inside the Tuff-N-UFF cage. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. This powered by Live Smart. 33 years old is Nate Ray. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, a bit taller than his opponent in Cameron Steven. The Ray will only have a 1-inch advantage. For our official introductions of this catchweight contest, we go to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds and a Tuff-N-UFF catchweight bout at 175 pounds. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a jiu-jitsu practitioner, holding an amateur record of 2 wins, 0 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 172 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Cameron Stevens. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is also a jiu-jitsu practitioner, holding an amateur record of 2 wins, 0 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 175 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, Nate the Snake Ray. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Rafael Davis.
Rafael Davis getting this assignment. Catchweight contest here at 175 pounds. We see the San Diego native Nate Ray take on the Las Vegas product in Cameron Stevens. TJ DeSantis along with Angela Hill live tonight. The observatory we are underway. Take that lead leg of Stevens Ray. Steven marches forward.
Leaning on that jab at first. That inside leg is good deterrent, especially as well as that push kick. Sorry, there's so much action happening and I'm having trouble keeping up. But
absolutely, and a lot of it is with the hands. But we did see some kicks here. You know, looking at the amateur ranks compared to the pro ranks, obviously no shin pads at the pros. Does that change the way you throw kicks when you have that shin pad on?
I don't think so. The shin pad, if anything, it gets stuck in the grapple, but they're very thin. Like, you can still break someone's forearm with that shin pad on. Throwing a kick up high.
Leg
Nice
conditioning
leg kick.
can also be a thing as well. Does that padding help you as the offensive thrower of the kick at all?
I think it gives you a false sense of confidence. Like, you're not as worried about hitting an elbow or a knee, but it still hurts just as much. Ooh, big.
Overhand right there. Ray in some trouble here. Steven flurrying. Ray still seems to have his wits about him.
Yeah, if I was Stevens, I would pull those legs across. A little late now, though. This is exactly what you want to avoid, especially in a short round. You want to try to get to the side so he's not able to break your posture and stop those big punches from raining down.
Both billed as jiu-jitsu athletes, but it was Steven that was firing away with the strikes, and he's now inside the open guard here of Nate Ray. Some blood here flowing.
Oh, yeah. He's trying to lock up the side.
Short time there to try to get that submission, unable to do so. Now, Ray trying to work back to his feet.
See if we can score a little bit before the bell rings.
Working that.
Oh,
Kimura.
he's hanging out, having a good time.
Round 1 in the books. Ray able to recover after getting dropped by Steven. What a fight this is shaping up to be. You're watching Tuff-N-UFF 148.
Again, Stevens surprisingly has some blood on him.
The world's most intense job interview is back. If you want to get into the UFC, show me who you are. Be excited to be here. Be fired up to fight. Give me my contract!
We're back here in San Diego. Let's take a look at that overhand right that dropped Ray on the button. Was able to get his wits back about him, but man, he had to face some pretty serious adversity.
Yeah, he took a lot of punishment down there. It looks like Cameron tried to move his legs across, but Ray just good at re-guarding and getting back to where he felt safest. He was able to survive the round well.
Well, if it isn't broke, don't try to fix it. We'll see if Cameron Stevens comes out as a kickboxer once again, or if he decides to change it up. Again, both guys billed as jiu-jitsu athletes, but the stand-up advantage, I think, at least in round 1, firmly in the corner of Stevens.
And we didn't mention it, but Nate was able to land a sneaky little push kick to the nose in the first round. And he went right for it again. Now they're in this punch with some big knees on the inside.
Hard kick there to the lead leg of Steven by Ray. Trying to come back with these punches here. Steven initiates the curve. Ray trying to get him off balance. They'll push him up with the fence.
Yeah, this is a much better job in the first round. He was able to use the clinch to spin around, get him big
Jiu-jitsu come into play on the back here of Steven. Steven trying to get some rotation, but Ray glued to his back.
Yeah, great follow of the hips. He's going to try to flatten him out, stretch him out so he can get that arm under the neck. It looks like he's getting in there. We might see a face choke right now. Those are really popular at the moment, but he's getting a good position underneath his neck and trying to use this last 40 seconds he has to get a finish in the second round.
Bails on trying to get that face crank and for the throw some strikes, maybe back to it. I've heard, Angela, that anything below the nose is considered the neck, and we'll see if Ray's able to wrap it up.
Yeah, that's what they say. That arm is being controlled a little bit on the bottom, though. If he can get that arm free, then he can use it to help with that choke.
Short time here, but what a statement made by Nate Ray in the second round.
Big comeback for sure. Stevens is going to keep moving to try to avoid damage, make sure he doesn't give up that neck in the final seconds.
When the squeeze on here, closing moments of the round, trying to re-grip. My, how the tide can turn in a mixed martial arts fight. Safe to say, I think we're even after 2.
Yeah, that was a big comeback for Nate Ray. He was able to land, turn on the fence, get the takedown in a big way, and get on top and ride him to the end of the round.
You know, we talk about damage a lot in a fight. It was the overhand right from Steven that knocked down Ray, but Steven's the one who's bleeding right now. He's the one that I think has gone through more hell, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, the knockdown looked great. I think he was able to get his nose in the first round, but, you know, anything can happen in this third round is really going to be the one that decides the winner, I feel like.
Yeah,
the tiebreaker.
Both of these gentlemen 2-0. Their will and hearts have been tested, and this is going to be a big final round between these two amateurs. Third and final round about to get underway. Nate Ray, he's so calm in there. He's playing to his hometown crowd a little bit.
Yeah, he
like
winked at me, gave me a wave, chilling on the Kimura at the end of the round that he probably lost.
All right, we are underway in our final frame here. Ray working for strikes here early.
Whoa, another big overhand.
Steven going back to what he had as his bread and butter in the opening round.
Yeah, Steven's doing a really good job of landing as Ray backed up to the fence. If I were him, I would stay in that range, but he wants the takedown right now. He wants to take him down and get on top and ground him down like he did in the first round.
The base here underneath Ray staying upright for the time being.
Yeah, if you could sneak that knee behind the leg, you'd be able to kind of get a little bit of a trip going and lift them up off the cage. Maybe use the fence to bounce them first. Now he's trying to get that trip with his right leg.
You mentioned the bounce from the fence. I think that's an underrated sort of skill to have. A lot of people don't realize that the fence can be used as a weapon. Right now, Ray able to be broken free by the referee. Ray back into the clinch. Good hard knee there by Ray to the body. Steven follows it up with a kick.
Steven has a great poker face, but those knees hurt. Nothing worse than third round knee to your guts. It really takes the sting out, or the steam out your cells.
So back to grappling goes Steven.
It looks like Ray's going for that guillotine as soon as he pulls his legs out. So he has to be cautious.
Short time here.
Yeah, Ray's using that guillotine grip to keep Steven from committing to the takedown. Now he let it go, but he's trying to hit. And it's going to be interesting to see how the judges score this round, because it was pretty close. Not a lot of damage happened, but I feel like it was 1-1 going into the third.
Absolutely, and you look at that third round, you saw Ray, I think with the more meaningful strikes, but cage control in the grappling department, while it wasn't necessarily effective, it was controlling the tempo by Steven.
Exactly.
Judging's got to be the hardest job in the world.
Harder than fighting?
No, math is pretty hard.
Math is hard. Math is hard.
Take a look at the Tuff-N-UFF fight recap. these guys went to war early in the first round. We saw Steven get that knockdown, but Ray was far from out of it, very composed and able to get his game going. He nearly wrapped it up in the second round.
Yeah, you got that big takedown in the second round, jumped on the back really smooth, and then these knees in the third. I feel like that was probably the most damage done in the third round, but then there was a lot of cage control by Steven as well, so we're gonna see how the judges compute that.
And credit to Ray for being committed with his kicks to the body. Sometimes, you know, you're taking on a guy that has grappling experience, kicks can become handles, but you know, the takedown wasn't necessarily there for Steven in that third round. I think it's really, like you said, Angela, going to be coming down to that third and final period and how the judges will score.
And Steven also landed a couple big overhands in that third round too. So yeah, it really comes down to what the judges saw, what they thought was most effective.
Again, two amateurs, both undefeated, putting on a show here in San Diego. And you know, this is what I like about these fights. I want to see both of these guys, no matter who wins or loses, again inside this game.
Yeah, this is a great fight. This could have been a pro fight. The level of just cage awareness, fight IQ, these guys went after it.
And pro power on display as well. We saw some heavy shots exchanged between these two gentlemen, but judges have tallied their 10s and 9s. Who's it going to be? Let's find out. We go to Justin Bernardo.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Judge Shahbazyan scores about 29-28 Steven. Judge Mobley scores about 29-28 Ray. And Judge Varela scores about 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Cameron Steven.
Unpopular opinion here in San Diego. Cameron Steven gets his hand raised, moving to 3-0, split decision victory for him. And you know, you talk about fight IQ. I think we tend to see judges fall in love with what happens in the final moments of a round, and it was his grappling that ultimately got it done for him.
Yeah, the thing that people talk about a lot is optics. Like I talked about Steven's poker face when he ate that knee. There was a bigger reaction from Ray when he ate the overhand in that third round, and then being on the fence is never the best look to end the fight as well. So I'm not surprised that it was split, but I'm also not surprised that Steven got the win.
All right, big night for Cameron Steven. All right, our night continues here in San Diego. Time for our next athlete's walk.
Jihad Sowell.
Another pair of undefeated amateurs about to square off. Jihad Sowell making the walk tonight. And, you know, Tuff-N-UFF, it's got this big show feel. And I think that's what's really important when it comes to the amateur ranks is, you know, 20 years ago, 10 years ago even, Angela, we were talking about athletes getting these amateur fights, you know, in gyms. They were smokers. We're on a stage here inside the observatory, you know, broadcasting all over the world on YouTube and later on UFC Fight Pass. It's important to understand what it's like to perform in that pomp and circumstance.
It is, and I remember when I was an amateur fighter and smokers were a West Coast thing.
Right.
You know, so it wasn't really a thing that everyone did. The way that these fighters, these young athletes are able to get experience and just get comfortable in the cage, on the big stage with all the pressure on you. It really is amazing to see how fast the sport has grown, and you can only imagine how good it's going to be in the next 20, 30 years.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about the evolution and how short of a time it's sort of unfolded. I mean, you look at, you know, UFC from 20 years ago, it doesn't even look like the same sport that it is today.
No, and the level of just skill. You're not coming in with one thing. You're coming in with a multitude of skills in different martial arts and just athleticism. The way that we cut weight is different. The way that we show up is different. It really is cool to see that evolution.
Jihad Sowell ready to go to work here tonight in San Diego.
Nicholas Barts.
Nicholas Barts making the walk tonight. Already coming in with a shiner underneath that right eye. He's done the work, and now he hopes to show off the fruits of his labor.
Yeah, he's over at Teams MMA, and those guys go hard. You know, they make sure that you're ready for the fight by giving you the fight, a harder fight in the gym. So I'm excited to see what this guy can come and do against Sowell. He definitely has the crowd on his side, even though both of these guys are from California. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens, what goes down.
The work is done in the room and through training camp, and I remember Chuck Liddell would always say, the fight is the reward at the end of the camp. Did you feel that way, or do you feel that way?
I don't know, man. I think the win is the reward, and if you don't get that win, then the fight is the lesson. But all in all, it is fun to legally be able to punch someone in the face.
You and I have different opinions of fun. Let me tell you that. Stoic here is Nicholas Barts. Oh, look at that. He's got a cut over his eye.
Oh, no. It might be an old cut.
And I'm getting word that this fight was in jeopardy, briefly canceled, and ultimately got cleared. Safe to say that the cut on that right eye of Barts is going to be a target for Sowell.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely aim for that if I were him.
Undeterred, though, is Barts as he takes the Tuff-N-UFF cage. Definitely wants to get some work done, and we'll see what he can do here tonight in this amateur contest. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Catchweight contest. 27 years old is Nick Barts, 3-0. He is 6 foot 2 inches tall, a bit taller than his opponent Sowell. Barts will have a 2-inch reach advantage. For our official introductions of this catchweight contest, we go inside the cage to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds and a Tuff-N-UFF catchweight bout at 215 pounds. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a brawler, holding an amateur record of 2 wins, 0 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 215.8 pounds. Fighting out of Lemoore, California, Sowell! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He's a mixed martial artist, holding an amateur record, 3 wins, 0 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in officially at 213 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, Nicholas Barts. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Vladimir Matyushenko.
The janitor, Vladimir Matyushenko, getting this assignment. It is Sowell and Nicholas Barts. DJ DeSantis along with Angela Hill, live tonight here in San Diego, the site of Tuff-N-UFF 148. We are underway. We mentioned that cut over the right eye of Barts before this one even gets started. We'll see if Sowell starts to target that right away here. You can see the length difference here. Barts has got the reach advantage and is getting along with those kicks.
Sowell's really light on his feet, though. I like the way he's able to close that distance with the punches, now on the clinch. But Bart's doing a good job countering it. Throwing some knees in there, really nice.
Changing positions here on the fence inside the clinch. I wonder if Barts, coming into this fight with that cut, feels like there is a sense of urgency. I mean, that thing is opening up with Vaseline.
Yeah, exactly. He wants to get close, and he doesn't want to give Sowell space to land those punches against that cut. He's reaching out for that single leg. He's going to start pulling on that leg, try to get him out of the fence. Maybe using that bounce that we were talking about in order to finish it.
You can see the strength on display here of Sowell able to get out of that position. Now back to space.
Yeah, I like the way he was able to just be heavy on him and get that head down. Now he's throwing punches and bunches, and like I was saying, that's the perfect range to be in against a lankier fighter. Not on defense, in the clinch, but right there where they have nowhere to run, and you're able to just tee off on them. Ooh, big kick.
Exchanging some kicks.
It looks like the cut might be open now.
Trying to get off that fence, back at space and range here is Barts. But the corner advice from Sowell is just F him up, go get him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what he needs to hear. He looks comfortable in the chaos, way more comfortable than does when all those punches are flying at his face. He kind of sees them coming. He's able to move. He's able to slip and then counter really well. So excited to see the adjustments that Barts' corner is going to make so he doesn't get that cut opened up anymore in this next round.
First round in the books here. You're watching Tuff-N-UFF live from San Diego.
Do you feel like every month that your power company is giving you its best shots with higher bills, rising rates? Do you feel like you just want to tap out? Well, now you have Live Smart Solar in your corner to give you the knockout punch that you need. Lower rate, lower bill, clean energy. Step into the cage with Live Smart.
89, the number, another summer.
We're back here in San Diego, the site of Tuff-N-UFF 148. You can see the cut man working on the eye of Nicholas Barts. And again, that cut was there prior to the fight starting. And I mean, he's got to feel good that it wasn't opened up much more than it was after that first round.
Yeah, there was a lot of action going on the feet. Lots of big punches thrown.
We're going to work here early with these punches is Sowell. Now shooting on a double here, but stuff.
Sowell's movement is definitely giving Barts trouble. He's a bit unorthodox with it. He's able to slip and dip and counter over the top, and especially when you're worried about that side of your face that is open, it's almost a distraction. You're not thinking about the shot that's gonna land, and then he's
beautiful head kick there by Barts. That one stumbled Sowell, but Sowell kind of smiled. And now we see Barts trying to get a takedown. Does so, sets up here in half. That was a vicious shot.
That was a really nicely timed head kick, and that's the one thing, when someone's slipping and dipping like that, a lot of times they can slip right into that kick. It was really well timed.
See if he can pass this half guard. So Barts in a great position here, just past the halfway point of the round, now and now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you expect him to tee off, push him down, try to land those big punches. It looks like he wants to flatten him out just because Sowell looks like he's very strong there, like he's moving a lot. He doesn't want to lose that position after he worked so hard to get it.
What a statement this is here for Barts. 30 seconds remains in the second round.
Yeah, like how he's taking his time. He makes sure that he doesn't tee off too long to give Sowell too much space to get out. And now he's feeling a little more confident with his position. He's able to burn him out a little bit, so now he can really just rain down punches and not worried about getting bucked off.
Final 10 seconds here in the round. Barts teeing off here from Mount.
Yeah, Sowell needs to keep bridging no matter how tired he is. He needs to keep using his feet.
All right, Tuff-N-UFF rolls on here live from San Diego.
The future of MMA is here, and it just got a little smoother. Tuff-N-UFF is proud to partner with Ease, your go-to source for premium cannabis. Whether you're training, recovering, or just chilling after the fights, Ease has what you need. Visit Ease Dispensary just 2 miles away at 3455 Camino del Rio South in San Diego. Use promo code TNU to save 40% off your next order. That's right, 40% at Ease Dispensary in San Diego. Ease, official sponsor of Tuff-N-UFF. Shop now, feel the difference.
Our prelims of Tuff-N-UFF 148 rolling on here live on YouTube. Want to let you know you get an opportunity for a 1 month free of UFC Fight Pass. And sign up, use the promo code Dana. Uncle Dana giving everybody
Dana.
1 month of Fight Pass.
Wow.
And our action has been living up to the hype. These are just our prelims, Andrew. We got a phenomenal pro card headed your way, but right now I'm glued to this amateur action.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that these are amateur fights, and until I see the shin guards, there's a lot of action going up above the belt.
Absolutely. Third round underway. Barts stalking Sowell, but Sowell still got some power in that left hand.
Yeah, it was a good little check hook. Looked like Barts rolled it, but he's looking a little burned out from the first round. Still power, though. Lots of power in him.
We talked about that eye of Barts. He's got a cut on it, and now he's initiated the clinch here. It looked like Sowell was getting a little too aggressive, and kind of fell victim to Barts, able to slow it down.
Yeah, and it's really hard when you have someone lanky like that pushing you up against the fence. It's hard to get to that position where you can get out, like pummeling underneath those big long arms and getting to a place where you can use your hips and your arms to get out there.
You can see the marks on the back of Barts' torso. He was definitely pushed up against the fence. And you mentioned that Sowell might be a little bit gassed here. He's going to lose that strength ability. Now he goes for the ride, gets taken down.
Yeah, that was an easy takedown by Barts just because of the work he did in that second round.
Knee on belly here for Barts. Sowell putting his feet up against the fence, throwing some pretty hard hammer fists from his back.
So, yeah, that was a pretty hard punch from odd position, but see, he needs to keep bucking here. He needs to put his feet on the ground and bridge to try to off-balance Barts so he's not able to land any power and maybe get some space to get up.
Yeah, and Sowell's got two opponents right now, one Barts, the other the clock, only 15 seconds remain.
Yeah, staying safe here is probably the best option in his head, but just getting that experience of trying to buck, trying to keep him from landing more power.
Well, he came into this one with some adversity. Barts cut above that right eye, but now playing to the crowd, he believes he's done enough, and I'm inclined to agree with him, but he did have to go through a very tough opponent en route to what I think is probably a victory.
Yeah, one thing I always remember a teammate saying is that the tougher the fight camp, the better the fight. And whenever you go through adversity like that, you come in already injured. It's nice to be able to get a win like that.
All right, let's take a look at the Tuff-N-UFF fight recap. Phenomenal one between these two amateurs, both undefeated. Nick Barts coming in, though, a little bit hamstrung by that cut, and you saw Sowell get after it early. Had a bit of a strength advantage, but ultimately Barts able to weather the storm, and he turned the tide, and yeah, really good moments for him in the latter half of the fight.
Yeah, I think that head kick really changed the momentum of the fight. He was on the back foot, getting hit a lot, getting that cut like opened up or in danger of getting opened up. Once he was able to land that head kick, he was able to get to a position where you get a takedown, burn him on top, and then he was able to repeat that in the third round.
Solid performance there by Nicholas Barts and Jahid Sowell. He definitely brought the fight to his opponent. The judges tallying their 10s and 9s. I'm curious what happened. Usually you don't walk into a fight with a cut like that. Got to assume it happened pretty late in camp.
Yeah, it must have. He still had the black eye. A lot of times that bruising comes down when you get a cut on the brow like that. And yeah, it must have been just sealed up just enough that they were able to say, okay, you can get in there.
All right, the judge's decision lies with Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored the contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Nicholas Barts.
No surprise, they're now 4-0. Nick Barts getting it done. Able to battle his way back into this fight, 29-28. Really great performance for this undefeated amateur.
Yeah, really great performance. Really great, what do you call it? Experience learned trying to deal with something like that. A lot of times that happens in the fight. It's a surprise. And then you have to game plan around it. He was able to game plan before it, so he kind of looked out in that sense. But great performance. I loved the fight IQ. I loved how he was able to get to a position where he could win that fight that was a little tough for him in the first round.
Really utilized that reach advantage as well. All right, our night continues live from San Diego. You're watching Tuff-N-UFF.
Cam White.
Here comes Cam White. 500 on his campaign, 2-2. Making the walk for the 5th time. You know, I've always wondered, Angie, when you're in the back and you got a fight night that's shaping up like this, where it is violent, you're definitely keeping your eye on all the action. Sometimes that action, I think, it motivates you, and you can kind of feed off of it in the back.
Yeah, if you're paying attention to the fights that go on, a lot of times you'll see on a UFC card or something like that, you'll see a submission, a weird submission happen in one of the first fights, and then it happens a couple more times towards the main event, and it's one of those things where someone's like, oh yeah, I'm really good at that one, let me try it out, or oh yeah, I like that position, let me get there. It's definitely, I don't know, it takes a little bit of the fear out of it for me, watching fights happen before I get out there, because like, oh, okay, we're all in it together.
I know some athletes, they like to take a nap or play cards back there.
Yeah. For me, I like seeing other people get in a fight, because then I know win or lose, we're all people at the end of the day, and we're just going out there to perform.
You mentioned sometimes we see streaky things. I mean, I think it was Zabit Magomedsharipov pulled off a Sulawev stretch. It was the second one of the night, and there had only been one prior to that in the entire UFC's history. It is funny how, like, sometimes in the back you almost get inspired, like, I'm going to try that out there. Maybe that'll work for me as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Cam White ready to go to work here in San Diego.
Kelvin Clayton.
Here comes Kelvin Clayton making the walk. 5 amateur fights to his name. Looking to push his record to 4-2. TJ DeSantis along with Angela Hill. Now, Dave Farah kind enough to join us. Dave, where you been, man? I heard some weather was not on your side.
It was a little 5-hour lightning delay on the runaway, but I made it. Happy to be here.
5 hours? You could have almost driven here from Phoenix.
Pretty much, yeah. It was a bit of a nightmare, but happy to be here, and glad I made it before the prelim wrapped up.
Absolutely. The action has been fast and furious, and we've got another one coming up here in the lightweight division. Kelvin Clayton taking on Cam White. I got word from the back that Cam White had a pretty tough weight cut, but he seemed light on his feet. We'll see if this one gets to drug to deeper waters and how that cardio holds up. But right now, Kelvin Clayton getting his final inspection before taking the Tuff-N-UFF cage.
I mean, deep waters is 9 minutes, so
That's
can't
true.
be too bad.
That's true. Anything over 30 seconds for me, though, that's too deep. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for this matchup here. 3 rounds scheduled. 32 years old are both gentlemen. White stands 1 inch taller and will have a bit of a reach advantage, 74 inches for White to Clayton's 68. For our official introductions of this bout, we go inside to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the Tuff-N-UFF lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a striker, holding an amateur record, 2 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155.8 pounds. Fighting out of Long Beach, California, Cam H. White. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He's a mixed martial artist, holding an amateur record, 3 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 154.8 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, Kelvin Clayton. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Jonathan Romero.
Jonathan Romero getting this assignment. 3 2-minute rounds scheduled here in the Tuff-N-UFF lightweight division. It is Kelvin Clayton against Cam White. TJ DeSantis along with Angela Overkill Hill. Dave Farah in the house tonight here at the Observatory North Park. Before getting this one underway, Jonathan Romero taking care of some business.
All right, gentlemen, here we go. Round 1, fight you ready?
Here
Fight you
for
ready?
action.
Fight!
Cam White's wearing the black dress. Clayton's wearing the green.
Another orthodox versus southpaw style here.
And these two look a little more comfortable standing in front of each other. feinting, trying to pull out shots, see what it's going to give the offense department.
No shin guards for these two amateurs.
Oh.
I think that's what Jonathan Romero was motioning to cage side staff, and that unpadded shin unleashed there by Clayton.
That's one thing you're going to feel is that shin-on-shin clash. We'll go for the inside kick.
This one also 3-minute rounds as opposed to the prior amateur bouts that we've seen with 2-minute rounds. And that minute can mean a lot, Angela. I mean, we talk about these rounds being shorter as amateurs. This one's not going to feel as much of a sprint.
Oh yeah, when I was doing Muay Thai, the first time I did 3-minute rounds, I thought I was going to die. It makes a huge difference.
In business here is Clayton trying to put in the finishing touches. White trying to be defensive enough. Held on Clayton gets the TKO victory.
Round number 1 here at Tuff-N-UFF. Angela, walk us through what you saw there. There's good exchanges back and forth, and all of a sudden that left hand came and clipped him, and he went down fast.
He feinted the kick, came in with the lead left hand or lead right hand, and was able to throw 2 punches, get him down to the ground, and just jumped on top with the ground and pound. And it looks like White is a little mad at the stoppage, but again, it's an amateur fight. A lot of times the ref wants to err on the side of caution and allow these guys to fight another day.
There it was, that beautiful punch, dropped White. White trying to move it up, but I mean, you know, Dave, this is the amateur ranks. These guys, they get out of there a little bit quicker because it's not at the pro level, and White, while he's not maybe happy, lives to fight another day.
We see it all the time in the amateur ranks, right? I mean, these referees, to Angela's point, they want to make sure that they're not putting them in harm's way, because these fights aren't going to matter on their professional level once they finally get there. So be cautious, make sure they're not taking unnecessary damage. And we all saw the same thing. He got cleanly dropped right there. Excellent strikes by Clayton. He gets the job done.
Absolutely, and it was a bit of a feeling out process, but in the words of Robbie Lawler, when it came hard.
Congratulations. Go on, Clayton.
All right. We go inside the cage. Justin Bernard to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute, 22 seconds into round number 1, referee Jonathan Romero calls a stop to the fight for the winner by TKO, Kelvin Clayton.
Kelvin Clayton moves his record to 4-2, getting the stoppage victory tonight over Cam White. Big win for him. Can't wait to see him progress through his career, get back inside the cage very soon. Live from San Diego, you're watching Tuff-N-UFF.
My mindset going into this fight is I'm very grateful to still be in a position to compete and chase my dreams. I'm also feeling a little stingy, like I'm trying to make up for lost time and take as much as I can while I'm here, you know. Yeah, my last fight was a 20-second rear naked choke on Orlando Ortega. Yeah, it's just something that I've worked on a lot in the gym, something that I catch on people over and over when we train, and it just so happened to show up right away. I was expecting to have to earn it, maybe work a little harder for it, but I'm pretty good at setting that up. Wrestling since I was 4. Fuck, dude. Getting into fights in my neighborhood and using wrestling as a way to win. I'm super comfortable grappling because I do a lot of rounds, and I also have really good coaching. Jake Shields, Dennis Davis, Eric Nixick, obviously Nate Pettit, who's had my back since I moved here and been a real great friend to me. I'm not really sure what you can expect. I think I'm gonna be there to work hard and do my job. I'm gonna try to do my best to get him out of there. Yeah, I think you can see me grabbing his neck or ground and pounding him. No, just super thankful for everybody back home that supports me and never gave up on me, and yeah, just trying to be positive and fight for a better life, really.
Stanton Moa Ali.
Main event time of our preliminary portion of Tuff-N-UFF at 148, and these amateurs throwing down for a title, and you know, that I think is the ultimate sort of validation that these athletes are looking for. When do you go pro? A title is saying a lot, especially in this promotion and what Tuff-N-UFF represents.
Yeah, if you get a Tuff-N-UFF title, so many legends have like the Tuff-N-UFF on their tapology of those wins in this promotion. So being able to win a title in a promotion like Tuff-N-UFF, even as an amateur, means a high ceiling for your future. So there's a lot of incentive putting on your best show here. Absolutely, and these athletes throwing down tonight in San Diego. We were talking about this earlier, Dave. It's really important, I think, for mixed martial arts as a whole, and which Tuff-N-UFF has been the cornerstone of developing athletes at this amateur ranks, to get out of Vegas sometimes and bring the show down here to Southern California so these local guys can come out and perform.
Well, it's such a vibrant scene, as we know, in Las Vegas, fight capital of the world. But, Angela, you can probably speak on this better than anyone. San Diego has got an incredible MMA scene. We've seen so many legends come out of here as well. To see so many familiar faces around this building tonight, and their young talent, they've been coaching up for a long time, having them with a platform in their hometown. It's really exciting to see a lot of these fighters showcased in Southern California. Yeah, it's crazy that we haven't had a show for a long time, but now we finally have people coming out here, recognizing the talent that's here, and giving everyone a place to just convene and watch their guys fight. Oh, Ali is a big boy.
Time now for his opponent to make the walk. We go to Justin.
Trayvon Lee.
Man, I love a good heavyweight scrap, don't you? I mean, these guys are big boys, like you guys said. The title is on the line, so the stakes couldn't be higher. Headlining the amateur ranks, and you see right here this look on Lee's face. He's focused. He's ready.
No, absolutely, and I mean, just the composure to come into this opportunity in his backyard, the main event of the prelims, title on the line. I think this is, again, one of those moments where you mature a lot as a fighter, Andrew.
It is. Having this walkout, having the nerves, the pressure, everyone's here, everyone's screaming your name. You have this beast standing across from you on the other side of the cage. It's a lot to take in. If you've never done the walk and felt that yourself, then it's hard to really appreciate, but it's just one of those things that make or break you, and I feel like these guys are just going to grow from this experience.
And talking to the camp of Trayvon Lee, they said, watch out for his right hand. A lot of power in that right hand, and I mean, heavyweights in the cage, they tend to bring that heavyweight power, especially early.
Power everywhere, man. You got to watch the punches that gets all.
Watch the hip thrust.
With it being in his hometown, explain how that changes your mentality. I mean, you worry about kind of like an adrenaline dump with all your friends and your family and wanting to represent your city, or is it just another fight?
It depends on the fighter. Some people hate fighting in their hometown. Some people love it. Some people don't want to talk to anyone, don't want to see anyone before they fight. So I feel like that type of fighter, it might not thrill them to fight in their hometown, but the type of person who thrives in the spotlight, who loves people screaming their name, they're going to just grow and maybe put on a better fight just because they have that energy behind them.
You mentioned that San Diego being the hometown of Trayvon Lee. Manolo Hernandez in the corner of Lee. Manolo's got really rich history in this sport. He's an old Lions Den guy.
Yeah, he's been in the sport for a long time, trained with my coaches back at Alliance MMA. He has a really great women's stable for a long time, and now he's branching out and having more heavyweights. He had a lot of guys on Cage Warriors as well. So yeah, he's really making a name for himself out here, especially on the regional scene.
That's what I'm thinking along about commentating MMA. You're not sitting around the desk talking about a game coming up on Sunday. We're wondering how it's going to affect him fighting his hometown, and now we get to find out right now. This very moment. Here we go.
Absolutely. All right, title on the line. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for this amateur bout. Title on the line, as I mentioned, is tail of the tape, powered by OnlyFans. 29 years old is Trayvon Lee. Mo Lee, 38 years old. Both men stand 6 feet tall, but Mo Lee will have a 3-inch reach advantage. For our championship introduction to this fight, we go to Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, all for the Tuff-N-UFF Amateur Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a striker holding an amateur record of 3 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 259.4 pounds. Fighting out of Tacoma, Washington, Stanton Moali. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. His style is Shotokan Karate. He holds an amateur record, 6 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in officially at 260.7 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, Trayvon Black Dynamite Lee. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Rafael Davis.
Rafael Davis getting this amateur heavyweight title fight assignment. We see Stanton Mo Lee taking on the San Diego native in Trayvon Lee.
Mo Lee wearing the black and gold, and Lee is wearing the black and the white. 3 3-minute rounds, heavyweights.
Lee rocking the Pride FC shorts. And,
I didn't even notice that. Nice touch.
Yeah, and I think he's got the glow too. Nice little celebration before the fight.
Mentioned he has a Shotokan karate background. We don't see a lot of traditional martial artists necessarily use that for his base. We'll see if that's a factor here in the striking affair.
25 seconds here, giving each other a lot of respect, just feeling it out. Here we go. Let's get to the body there.
There's a block, but it looks like I hurt the forearms a bit.
Heavyweight's definitely dangerous early in the fight. Both these guys would love to secure that amateur heavyweight title here in the first.
At least on the right hand, there it is.
This is not the best position to be in as a heavyweight, having your back on the fence. Good reversal by Lee.
Ooh, good knee to the body there.
Ooh. Dang.
Ended up connecting more with the body there than the head, but still heavy punches. But Mo Ali answering back. And Lee not resting for a moment.
Those uppercuts are getting through on Lee once he gets to the clinch. Nice little hockey punches up the center. Oh, good teach though.
Yeah, both. Oh. Referee calling a halt to the action here. I think Lee might have got caught low.
Take that back. Not good teeps.
Otherwise good.
Whoops. I would have thrown that one.
Rafael Davis wisely seeing that, telling Mo Lee to keep him above the belt.
Lee says he's good to go. Lee also said, here we go, right back to the center of the cage.
These guys are very dynamic when they're striking, especially their kicks, not throwing like traditional heavyweights.
Straight left.
Yeah, great boxing.
Oh my goodness. Hard.
Jack hook by Lee.
Mo Lee initiates a clinch now. pushes Lee up against the fence.
Yeah, really smart to go for that takedown there. Pushing him against the fence, making him work, trying to get his arms heavy and tired.
Coming up on 2 minutes of elapsed time here in the 3-finger round.
Lee gets a takedown inside 1 minute here in round number 1. Some nice hammer fists.
Yeah, great takedown. That made the table shake right there. Lee's in a great position now. He could just stay here and ride out that round, throw punches.
He isolated that arm of Lee as well. Now trying to work an Americana.
Yeah, a little hard because he doesn't have that much space up against the fence. But he definitely used it to keep Wally from getting up, keep him flat on the ground.
Lee's staying busy here on top, throwing a lot of punches, head and body.
I love it.
Keeping the pressure on Mo Lee.
And Mo Lee's corner is telling him to put his top knee in between. He started to, but then he took it back out. And when those punches come at you, you just kind of freak out. You want to close, bring him down and break that posture.
Great opening round here in this title fight by Trayvon Lee. It rolls on live from San Diego. This is Tuff-N-UFF 148.
Stylish strikers take center stage September 27th in a can't-miss main event. Light heavyweight finisher Carlos Ulberg aims to extend his streak against the resurgent Dominic Reyes. Plus a full card of can't-miss action.
It does not get better than this. Live from RAC Arena here in Perth, Western Australia.
Live on the ESPN app.
Into round number 2, again the Tuff-N-UFF amateur heavyweight title on the line.
These are real heavyweights too, guys. We're not talking about these 220s. No. They're knocking on the door of the limit of heavyweight. Both clocking in around 260.
They had to cut weight.
And both very athletic. We saw that takedown here a moment ago. Angela mentioned it. It's a good thing this cage is built as strongly as it is.
And there was a ton of action from both these guys in round number 1. And here we go, round number 2. Not waiting a moment. Mo Ali hunting.
Trying to punch through the guard. I think that's a good idea too.
Beautiful kick, that lead leg kick there by Lee on point.
Really fast for a heavyweight, man. The way he's able to
old-school karate bang.
Yeah, able to lift that leg up like nothing.
Well, Lee landed some big shots here.
He has to watch out with his head. He's ducking low, and every time Lee's able to get that hockey punch in, grab the back of the head and throw an uppercut up the middle.
Mentioned the kicks here of Lee. Would you like to see him set him up a little bit more, Angela? Because he's kind of throwing them just one at a time.
I mean, the setup is the speed. Oof. But yeah, I think throwing a little punch, something to make him react to something else before he goes upstairs. I think Lee is trying to set it up with the inside kick, though. We saw that with Nami Muniz versus Wei Lee, a couple inside kicks, and then they don't expect it to come up high.
It'll be interesting to watch the strategy here in round number 2. Curious if Lee is going to start to look for that takedown again around the 1 minute mark like he did in the first round, or will he content to stand?
Wally's doing good work with that jab, though. I feel like he could probably take his time and just keep trying to land it as Lee stays up against the fence.
Now bunching up some punches in combination here.
Well, Lee's starting to sneak some of those through.
Lee now responding.
Nice sprawl from Lee, and now he's getting back.
Well, Lee goes to his back here now, bottom side.
That was an awesome flurry. Used to get on the inside, get that takedown real quick, and now he's on top. Same position he was. Oh, now the mount, even better.
Full minutes of work. Let's see what he's able to do. He stayed busy in round number 1 from top position. He's doing it again here in round number 2.
We've already seen it earlier tonight. The judges really value what is done in the latter portion of the rounds, and Lee in a great position here to sort of punctuate this round.
Oh, Lee trying to escape. Lee doing a good job being heavy on top.
He almost pulled a Derek Lewis, just got up from the worst position possible, but Lee was able to stay heavy and stay balanced.
Working that Americana grip for a moment, now going back to it. Oh, wow.
back up, only 20 seconds to work here, but big punches. And the referee watching closely, telling him he's got to do something to defend himself. He is. Now he's giving up the back. Down to our final 10 seconds of round number 2. And
like a bar of soap, just slipped right out from under him.
See what Mo Ali can do here in the final moments of the round. Probably not enough to steal it back, but both of these guys, they're game.
Yeah, look, I mean, round number 2, I thought very much was Lee's to lose there. I don't think he lost at the very last second, but that means round number 3, Mo Ali's got to come out with some real aggression trying to finish this fight.
Absolutely. Title on the line. Our heavyweight action continues here live from San Diego. You're watching Tuff-N-UFF 148.
Stylish Strikers take center stage September 27th in a can't-miss main event. Light heavyweight finisher Carlos Olber aims to extend his streak against the resurgent Dominic Reyes. Plus a full card of can't-miss action.
It does not get better than this. Live from RAC Arena here in Perth, Western Australia.
Live on the ESPN app.
Third and final round in our heavyweight title tilt. TJ DeSantis along with Angela Overkill Hill, Dave Farah. Live inside the Observatory, North Park here in San Diego. Action underway again. Mo Ali coming back alive with that jab and uppercut combination.
Yeah, we heard Mo Ali's corner just a moment ago, so you got to go out there and finish on it. Lee looking for a takedown again here in round number 3. And Mo Ali breaks free, starts throwing some big punches.
I think that get up at the end of the last round definitely gave him a lot of confidence and stamina.
He is punching hard and sneaking through.
Well, you might be a big gasp here, and the damage isn't helping either.
Oh, man.
The fight this is shaping up to be solid. Start this round.
Big shot.
That's it.
He comes in and steals it. Round number 3.
What a way to finish that fight. Once the momentum turned, he just took it home.
I can't believe that he had that much gas left in the tank in round number 3 after being in such compromised positions in round number 1 and round number 2.
That's that grown man strength right there. He was able to shuck him off him at the end of that round. I feel like it gave him a ton of confidence going into this next one. Lee was able to get to the body lock, and he just broke it immediately. Listened to his corner and was able to finish the fight against the fence.
Tough-N-UFF fight recap here. Angela, walk us through it, because Trayvon Lee just kind of lost all the steam.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing keeping Trayvon Lee in this fight was being able to clinch. And once Molly was able to shuck him off of him, get to a position where he could still punch and land power, even as tired as he was, the ref was seen enough. He was taking unnecessary damage, wasn't defending himself properly, and it was enough to stop that fight.
And you can see right there, Lee is just now making his way over to the stool. He's been on the ground, just absolutely exhausted. He had a great first couple of rounds, but all 3 rounds count. Congratulations to Stan Mo Ali.
I mean, if you just tuned in right now, you wouldn't have known that Trayvon Lee almost stopped this fight. He almost got a stoppage, but ultimately it is Mo Ali that gets his hand raised. To make it official, we go to Dustin Menard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 47 seconds into round number 3, referee Raphael Davis calls a stop to the fight. For the winner by TKO and new Tuff-N-UFF Amateur Heavyweight Champion of the World, Stanton Mo Ali. Setting inside the cage with your winner tonight, Stanton Mo Ali. You guys both came out guns blazing for 2 rounds straight. You look exhausted in the third. Sorry, I just stepped on your foot. But you put on a show. You came to bang. It was a war. Talk us through this.
Well, everyone that knows me, I'm a long-term guy, you know. I'm a long-distance guy. So no matter what, you better come to be fighting all rounds, you know. I may be starting out slow, but I'm gonna have that same speed in the 3rd round.
Well, you came out against a very experienced Trayvon Lee. What was the game plan?
Well, I mean, I actually dedicated the year 2025 to fighting. So I downsized my construction business and just to pursue training a little bit more. But obviously, this is my 5th fight this year, so Richie hit me up. He was like, hey, you want to fight? Like, yep. So I've been fighting every other month all year.
Well, the active schedule proved to pay off tonight. You want to thank anybody for winning the title tonight?
I want to thank my wife for letting me do this in the first place, letting me out the house. You know?
Shout out to amazing wives. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight, your new Tuff-N-UFF amateur heavyweight champion of the world, Stanton Moa Ali.
Stanton Moa Ali getting it done. He is the new Tuff-N-UFF amateur heavyweight champion. We'll be back to wrap things up live from San Diego. You're watching Tuff-N-UFF 148.
Just push it, man. Push, push, push. Break yourself and then continue to find ways to break yourself or rebuild yourself.
OnlyFans, where creators earn.
Time to get naked. Just kidding.
If I could connect with my people, with my fans.
Behind the scenes, technical work, training, travel, giving back to community.
Everybody wants to see what their favorite celebrity is doing to check it out.
We're back here inside the Observatory North Park in San Diego. TJ DeSantis along with Dave Farah and Angela Overkill Hill. And Angie, we saw a great night of action, but it really picked up when Dave entered the building, finally.
I know.
I tell you guys, after 5 hours, like I said, of sitting in an airport, this was a nice change.
Yeah.
Literally something's happening instead of just sitting on a tarmac. So great way to round up the night. You got a new heavyweight champ.
No, absolutely. And I mean, Stanton Moa Ali, what can you say? He says he's a long-term guy. I don't know how long he's going to be an amateur after a performance like that.
I mean, he's 38, right? I love the fact that he said that. It shows that he has that tenacity to keep going, to fight a 5-round fight, to fight 5 minutes. I love the energy that he had at the end of that round, too. It was something that you only get with that experience.
Absolutely, and the amateurs always bring it, setting up a great night of action. The ladies were throwing leather earlier tonight, and the action, like I said, it just kept getting better and better. And if you want to use the promo code DANA, you can get free access for a month to UFC Fight Pass. Go sign up right now. Our action continues with a great professional card. Stanton Moa Ali, the new heavyweight king here at Tuff-N-UFF. What a night it is already shaping up to be. We'll see you the rest of the way live on UFC Fight Pass. TJ DeSantis along with Angela Hill, Dave Farah. Very exciting pro card headed your way. We got Shimon Smotritsky in our main event. Dave, he's a guy that has had some opportunities, you know, Dana White Contender Series veteran. He takes on a former Ring of Combat champion. He's got a point to prove in our main event.
And I mean, that's what we love to see, and that's what Tuff-N-UFF has always been, right? Whether you're just starting out and you're on the way, or you've had an opportunity and maybe it didn't go your way, you need a little bit of a reset, you come back, you make a big statement on a stage like this, and you get a fresh chance at a new opportunity.
Absolutely. The future stars of MMA reside here in Tuff-N-UFF. Angie, you ready for the pro card?
Oh, I can't wait. Let's get it.
All right, live on Fight Pass the rest of the way for Dave and Angie. We'll see you over there as Tuff-N-UFF continues.